Hello citizens, how is it going? And welcome back to another match reaction. This time from Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And let's dive in. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to get some stick, a little bit of slating for how critical I'm about to be of certain players. And I know the fan base ain't going to like it, but I tell you what, we're going to lose points because of them. So the game finishes Man City 4, Crystal Palace 2. And you know, going into this game, particularly how poor we defended against Newcastle, that we needed to do better from set pieces. We need to do better stopping counter-attacks. And Crystal Palace, last season, they did us. They got an early goal. They time wasted for the entire 90 minutes, and they got another goal at the end. Yeah, we had a play sent off, but that was their game plan. That was their game plan going into this match as well. And we still fell for it early on. Crystal Palace, they hit us on the break. You know, they get a goal. John Stones' own goal, 4th minute, and then the time wasting started. And the crowd started getting on the referee's back. The players having a go. But the only fault that is of that team, of those City defenders, of the City team themselves, who let themselves get into that position. And when Crystal Palace went 2-0 up, you know, you just expect it to be another one of those days where it's just most of the balls out of play, time waste from the goalkeeper. And it's going to end up like a Palace 2-1 win or 2-2 or something. And at half-time, I would have taken 2-2 because we did nothing that first half. The whole team were poor. Not one single player can come out of that first half with any credit from me. Not one. Starters, Edison, he has to be coming out and claiming crosses. Any other goalkeeper in the league would have come out and tried to claim that corner for the second goal. He didn't. Yeah, it was an outswinger. Yeah, maybe he wouldn't have made it, but he still should have come off his line. He didn't. And, you know, Anderson rose up and he headed it in. But it's not Edison's fault. That fault lies on the shoulders of Walker, who let his man get away. He let Anderson get away from him, and Anderson had a free header in that, like 8 yards out, whatever it was, to power it past Edison. So that's on Walker, that. And I've got a lot to say about Walker. That first goal, I'm also going to blame Walker for that goal. Yeah, okay, so a couple of things happened. We gave the ball away. I think it was a stupid foul by Diaz on the halfway line, who started off that move for Crystal Palace. Then it was another stupid foul by, I think it was Cancelo, out wide on our left, their right. And then when the cross comes in, Walker, if you watch back the highlights, I'm pretty sure, because I've not seen the highlights myself because I've only just got in, but if you watch the highlights, I'm pretty sure Walker turns his back on the ball and then it hits Stones and goes in the net. So, you know, Walker had a chance to clear it. Maybe I'm being harsh on him, but I don't think so. Because for me, and I've said it so many times, Walker does not like to jump. And I said it jokingly at the game to the people around me. They must be scared of heights because he doesn't jump. Not once did you see him jump up for a ball. And I blamed him for one of the goals against Liverpool in the Community Shield because he didn't jump. He doesn't jump. Even in his own 6-yard box, he won't challenge in the air for the ball. And it's going to cost us every time the ball comes in. Their player, the opposition player, no matter striker, winger, whoever, will have a free header because Walker just tries to use his body, just tries to use his hip to lean into the man. And when it doesn't work, they have a free ball. You know, they have a free win in the air and a free header at goal. And this is what happened today. So for me, I mean, Walker was poor. I think he's had a poor start to the season. And I also think when you look at our fullbacks, when you push him into midfield, like he did again today, Pep, he's pushed Walker into midfield. Walker cannot pass a ball. You saw it so many times. He was getting the ball away. Yeah, if you're only watching the highlights, so you didn't watch the full game, and if you didn't see it against Newcastle as well, he's doing the same thing. He can't pass the ball. So many times he tries to play these delicate through balls to no one, and it's intercepted. It doesn't find a man, or it's just really, really poor. You know, he doesn't see the runs that other players make. And I'm not having to go in for that because he's not a creative player. He's not a winger. He's a fullback. He's like a traditional fullback, wingback, whatever. He's not meant to be creating the goals. But Pep's trying to force him into this role that he's not. And he can't do it. And the other side, Cancelo, who has no idea how to defend. And going forward, honestly, at the moment, his decision-making's been poor. His passing's been poor. And I didn't see it today. But in previous games this season, you know, he's crossing the ball across his own box, you know, and it's just dangerous. And I get that we're trying to play this risky kind of football and we're trying to be like cool with it and stuff, but the players we're putting in them positions can't do them roles. A Walker shouldn't be in that position in midfield for me. If you're going to play anyone in there and you're going to use him primarily in that role, you play Gundogan, surely. For me, you probably play Gundogan, who would have been better fit But of course, we use Walker for his pace. But that's another thing. Whenever we're being attacked with pace this season, we saw against St. Maximin against Newcastle. He got done so many times, Walker. He got done today as well because he lets the player run at him. He doesn't use his pace. When the ball's played out wide to the winger, Walker won't go close it up really quickly, use his pace to do that. He lets him control the ball and then start running with it before he starts backpedaling. You know, and we saw it again, I think it was Newcastle when he played the guy on side because he just kept going backwards, going backwards, going backwards. I think we need a new right back, or push Cancelo right back, bring this Sergio Gomez left back. That's just me. So that was the first half. It was a complete write-off though. Now, of course, it's not all on Walker's fault. Everyone was shocking. Ederson can't make a save. He doesn't come for crosses. You know, and again, I'm being a bit cruel on the goals. He really couldn't do anything about them. Diaz, Stones, I thought they had bad first halves as well. You know, Diaz making these stupid fouls, going too tight to his man that he knows he's going to give free kicks away for. And that's the whole started the goal for the Palace goal, because it started like 2 free kicks before that. And then you're looking at the midfield, the front three, they weren't moving, they weren't running. Haaland was, of course, making his running, but he's been man-marked by 2-3 defenders at once. Mahrez and Foden were doing nothing in that first half. You know, they had space quite a bit, the ball didn't find them, but when they got the ball, they're doing nothing with it. De Bruyne, his passing was off today. It was poor. It was poor today. And that first half in particular, he was bad. Rodri getting over in the midfield again. He can't really do much when he's got 2 players running at him with speed. You know, so yeah, the whole first half was a write-off. And again, as I jokingly said at halftime to the people around me, well, we were 2-0 down at home before. Last time we were 2-0 down at home, we came back to win 3-2. I didn't think we were going to win this game. You're looking at halftime, I think we'd only had... I don't think we had a shot on target in that first half. I mean, I've got to check the stats, but I don't think we did. I don't remember a shot on target in that first half. So we went into the second half, and you're thinking, Pep has to make changes. Now he's got Alvarez warming up, he's got Gundogan warming up, and you're thinking, yeah, who cares? Take anyone off. And I said this, you could take any one of the front 5 off. It would have been better than what we had. But you didn't, you kept them on, and you know what? They dragged us back into the match. We somehow showed it up. We stopped Palace having any attacks, mainly because they sat back and they just tried to defend that 2-0 lead, which was a massive mistake for them. Now, we got back into the goal. It's Bernardo Silva, and I do want to talk about Bernardo Silva a little bit later on. But he cuts inside, has a shot, deflected goal, 2-1. Okay, crowd fired up. And once we got the second from Haaland, like 10 minutes later, you could sense we were going to get a third. I thought we'd get a third, but I also thought Palace would cause us a few more problems than they did after that. But I think they ran out of steam in the first half. So Haaland gets the first goal. And I'll tell you what, the ball by Foden was actually wonderful, because when he took that ball, because the cross comes in from De Bruyne, I think, overhit. Alvarez heads it back, finds it to Foden. He takes one touch and just chips it into the box. And Haaland is on point, win the header, put it past the keeper and into the net. And they're the kind of goals we wouldn't have scored last season. Foden might have chipped the ball in the box, wouldn't have gone anywhere unless Gundogan was there. But last season, we didn't have that kind of player who's going to be goal poaching. We didn't have that player to be stood on the back post, you know, when a corner comes in. And that's how we got the third goal, because some wonderful play, I'm going to say, by Bernardo, I think Alvarez as well. There's some nice touches in there. Stone scuffed his shot, could call it a pass. He's going to get an assist for it, and it falls to Haaland. Bad post, unmarked, taps it in. And again, kind of goal we wouldn't have scored last season because we didn't have that player doing that. So massive props to him. And his third goal, do you know what? It was a wonderful goal, I thought. It came out to Gundogan, and I didn't think Gundogan saw the pass, because you could see Haaland yelling at him for so long. The whole stadium saw it was on. And then when Gundogan actually saw it, he played the ball into him. I thought he played too close to his feet. But Haaland's strength, and he's an absolute monster. So when you see him run in person, my word, the way he held the defender off, and then he pokes it past the keeper, gets his hat-trick, and the way Haaland celebrates, he's like a 9-year-old in the park. He just goes absolutely crazy. He's got this like explosion of energy that he doesn't know what to do with, and it's great to see, honestly. And that was Haaland's hat-trick, and we win 4-2, but the players that came on the pitch, Alvarez, he made the team better. Sergio Gomez, I think he made the better defensively. Gundogan, of course, he made the team better when he came on. And they went on for Mahrez came off, I thought was pretty poor. Like I said, everyone was pulling that first half. You could have taken anyone off. Cancelo went off. I think that was the right call as well. Although I think we're winning at this point. So, Pep did make a couple of changes at the end and did need to make changes. And I thought that was the kind of game that Calvin Phillips could have come on in the second half and just made sure of the win as well. But, we got the win, and Haaland got man of the match, and Haaland's going to get all the plaudits. He's going to get all the things wrote about him in the papers, and, right, so he got his hat-trick. It was a great time for him. And I will say that Haaland will take us kicking and screaming to a title. He will drag us to a trophy on his own if he wants to. You know, you can see it. The way he yells at players, the way he's already organising people, the way he's forcing them to give him the ball. I love that. He's a winner. You can see it in him. He's an absolute winner, and he's dragging everyone else behind him. And that's what he did today. He dragged them over the line. But I also want to shout out Bernardo Silva, because for me, he's man of the match. Bernardo Silva was absolutely everywhere again today. He started off in his usual position next to De Bruyne, but then he moved right wing in the second half. And I tell you what, the way he gets up and down the pitch, his control with the ball, wonderful. And he did, when it was 2-0 down, it was like it was on his shoulders, like all the pressure's on him. Maybe it's the Barcelona talk, maybe he wanted to prove the City fans or give some back to us, I don't know. But he was phenomenal today. For me, he deserves man of the match. And he took us over the line kicking and screaming. Haaland will do it long term. Haaland will drag us to a title. But today, it was all about Bernardo Silva for me. I thought he was phenomenal. And he deserves a lot of credit. Again, if you're only going to watch the highlights, you didn't watch the game, you went at the match, maybe you don't see as much of that. Because you won't see Bernardo all the times that, you know, he trying to do something for the team, winning things for the team. But if you were at that game and you saw him in person, he was absolutely everywhere today. He was brilliant. So well played, Bernardo. And that's it, really. It's match reaction. Like I said, a lot of people are not going to like it, but I'll tell you what, that first half was dreadful. Honestly, it was so boring. We did nothing. Second half, we came out and we did what champions did. Look, at the end of the day, we did what champions do. We dragged ourselves back into it. We got quick goals again, bit like Newcastle last week. You know, we scored 3. We pushed on for the 4th. We got it. Haaland hat-trick. Hey, listen, it's a good day, isn't it? We won 3 points, and I did say that Palace were going to be tricky, and in my match preview, I also said that if you're going to take 2 wins and a point in your first 3 games of the season, it's disappointing if you lose your next home game, and we didn't, so we dragged it on again. So what are we on now? We're on 10 points after 4 games. I would have taken that at the beginning of the season, and I'm going to take it now. So, yeah, well played, everyone. I mean, we won. We won. So let's end on a positive. We won. And we're going to Forest on Wednesday, I believe. Looking forward to that one, another home game. You expect us to win it, but again, you never know what Forest is going to turn up. And I will say, if we're going to do better in this league, we have to stop conceding these goals. We've conceded 5 goals in 2 games now. It's pretty poor. We're also conceding a few more. I think we conceded triple the amount of set piece goals than we did all last season as well. Then we already conceded 3. So we need to do better on them. So defensively, we need a bit of work. Forwards, they're dragging us over the line. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe. And as always, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.